1, which is a presentation of a proclamation, the proclamation recognizing Katherine Strehl. And so I'll read the proclamation. And it says, whereas Katherine Strehl, both in her community service and professional career, has been a leading advocate for mass transit, affordable housing, open space preservation, and a strong local economy and vibrant Bay Area. And whereas in Menlo Park, Katherine Strehl's community service took the form of more than a decade of service on multiple city commissions, the most recent of which was the Planning Commission, which she chaired in 2016. And whereas Katherine Strehl has previously served as a commissioner on the city's Transportation Commission for 3 years, beginning in 2013, served on the Housing Commission and Transportation Master Plan Oversight and Outreach Committee. And whereas Katherine Strehl is a valued Menlo Park resident and beloved in her Willows neighborhood, where she has resided in her current home since 1993, for her neighborliness and commitment to local businesses. And whereas Katherine Strehl has been a foundational figure in the Menlo Park political firmament, often being sought out by city council members, commissioners, and candidates for her counsel on pressing issues, her sage guidance, and of course, her endorsement. And whereas in professional pursuits, Katherine Strehl was a senior vice president of Ogilvy Public Relations for the California High-Speed Rail Authority in the Bay Area, and eventually opened her own consulting firm, KS Public Affairs, to continue her work with the California High-Speed Rail Authority. And whereas Katherine Strehl was executive manager of external affairs for the Bay Area Rapid Transit District BARD, and whereas Katherine Strehl's professional accomplishments also include 16 years in government relations and public affairs at Lockheed Martin Missiles and Space, and whereas during the earlier part of her career, Katherine Strehl's community involvement included involvement with the Santa Clara County Manufacturing Group, now known as the Silicon Valley Leadership Group. And now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Drew Combs, Mayor of the City of Menlo Park, on behalf of the City Council and City, do hereby recognize and gratefully acknowledge Katherine Strehl for both her commitment to addressing some of our region's most challenging issues and for being an all-around great neighbor. Katherine passed away Friday night, but I was able to present this to her and her husband on Tuesday, and so I just like to sorry, I promised myself I wouldn't do this. I'd like to thank the city staff for providing me the opportunity to be able to present this to her directly. I know it meant a lot to her and a lot to her family, and especially her husband Bill. And I just want to say, as someone who has sought her counsel and her advice, I will miss her and recognize that she was a really sort of a great member of this community. And one of the things that, you know, when you think of Menlo Park and or the people, when you think of Menlo Park, she's one of those people that makes this community special. And so it was a life well lived, and I applaud her and congratulate you know, her contributions to our community specifically, and to the larger Bay Area community. I know that others on the council had their own relationship with Katherine, and so would certainly, if anyone wants to share, certainly no pressure, but if anyone wanted to share some comments, they're welcome to at this time. Councilmember Mueller.
First off, thank you, Mayor Combs, for that beautiful proclamation and for those thoughts. I just have something brief to share that was said today that I sent to the Board of Supervisors, who also acknowledged and honored Katherine's memory today. Katherine was known for her sharp public policy mind, amazing political acumen, her quick wit, and her straightforward assessment. She had the class and grace to build deep, meaningful friendships that bridged the divide of policy disagreement and kept those around her focused on the question of what served the public best. She was a fiercely loyal friend. She served her city up until the moment she couldn't. and even then stayed engaged with notes of advice and phone calls. She loved her husband, Bill, deeply, and she will be missed profoundly. And on a personal note, she was one of my dearest friends in the city. And it's hard to stomach she's gone.
Councilmember Willison.
That was beautiful, Councilmember Mueller. And I knew she was sick, but I'm quite shocked to hear that she passed. That I didn't know that. And she was someone who I don't think I ever went to Cafe Zoe and didn't bump into Katherine. So she looms large, and I know her presence will be felt, especially at Cafe Zoe and in the Willows. And she's just someone that she's Menlo Park. So she will be missed, and my deepest condolences go out to her family. And I'm glad I got to know her. Thank you.
Thank you for those comments. Yeah, I know that her husband Bill is watching, and I know he appreciates them and understands that he had to share her with the city, but it left a lasting mark on all of us who have been committed to this community's local government. As Katherine would want, there's much city business to do, and so we will move on. Thank you all for those comments, and for indulging me. I am sorry for getting emotional. We'll move on to the consent calendar. Item D.